All right. Well, we are so glad that you are here on this beautiful Friday. I don't know where you're at today, but I am in the northwest corner of Illinois and it is bright and sunny and it feels like summer. And I'm thankful that it's summer. So we're going to give people just a few minutes as you're coming in from the waiting room. We are so glad that you took time today to join us. We know that you could be doing a lot of other things, but showing up today really proves that you are committed to your health. And we just want to take a minute and say how proud we are of you because nobody else can do this journey for you. So taking charge of your health is just such a wonderful gift. And we are just excited that we can be just a small part of that. So also, if you're watching the recording, thank you. For the rest of you guys, just remember that you're going to find all of these episodes of Coffee with Clients on our Coffee with Clients YouTube page. You can just simply search Coffee with Clients and all of the Element videos are going to be there. So my name is Joy Hotchkiss, and I am just honored to be on this Coffee with Clients today with Fred and Lorraine and Delora. I want to remind you guys, Coffee with Clients is not here to offer any kind of medical advice or to substitute having a personal coach, because that's one of the four pillars of Optavia, having a personal coach. This is really more of that community and learning the habits of health that Dr. Anderson has given to us. So everything that we're going to be teaching is out of your life book and out of the Habits of Health book that Dr. Anderson has written. If you do not have these, I would highly recommend that you get this. Getting into a fat burn is great, but this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. And so we really want you to dig into those habits of health. So you can order those with your next order from Optavia, or Dr. Anderson has those available on Amazon as well if you want to buy one at a time. So, friends, today we are talking about Element 26, Ultrahealth, Living Longer Full Out. And I kind of joked with Fred a little bit because I am not, like the picture of Ultra Health, but I have to tell you, my life has been changed by Optavia and I am not who I was. And my desire is to continue to grow in my health. And I know that's why you're here too. Okay. So once you've reached your goal weight, once you've locked in that transition with your coach, you might be sitting there saying, well, what is next? What is Ultra Health? Okay. Well, what if we just keep on going? What if we just want to live our best lives at our best health and have the maximum lifespan and quality of life that God has provided for us? Do you know that your lifespan is determined only 20 to 30% by your genetic programming? But your position on the health continuum and your decision to keep pursuing Ultra Health really is 70 to 80% of your lifespan. And of course, there's luck. We could wake up tomorrow and get hit by a bus, but that's less than 0.01%. So making the choice of Ultra Health is super, super important. So I was surprised that genetics plays a lot smaller role than the decisions that I make every day for my healthy lifestyle. And I pray that that's an encouragement to you today. So how do we get there? How are we going to do this, right? Well, we're going to apply the Habits of Health system from Dr. Anderson's system, and we're going to maintain that healthy lifestyle. Our goal, number 2, reach and maintain that optimal health. And now we're going to learn to add in those ultra health practices. So you might not be there yet. You might still be in a 5 and 1 or on a 4 and 2. You might still be in a fat burn and you're still losing the extra weight. So this is, kind of long term. We want you to be a part of this and learn kind of what's coming up in the future. But these are not the practices you're going to implement right now. These are for the ones who've already reached that optimal weight. Okay. So with Optavia, I was blessed to come into this program June of 2021. And I was sick and tired of just plain being sick and tired. I would come home from work every day and literally I would fall asleep on the couch. I had spent all of my energy. My go-tos were coffee and sugar. And I just kept going in this vicious cycle of exhaustion, pain, and inflammation. Well, Optavia provided a vehicle for me to lose 33 pounds, take back my health and my life, And I am just so excited that I have so much better sleep and better energy. And the confidence that I have gained by taking control of my health is incredible. So wherever you're at on your journey, I want to encourage you, keep pushing forward because it's working. After I reached my ultimate health or my ultimate weight, I thought I got to find my, what is my perfect, exercise. And for me, I have a touch of fibromyalgia. I've got degenerative disc disease, 5 bulging discs, early onset arthritis. I'm kind of, a little bit of a hot mess, but you know what? I think we all are in some way, shape, or form. So I would go to the gym and I would pound it and I would feel really great. And then I'd be down and out for 2 weeks. And then I couldn't do anything. And I tried different things. And guys, we're all different. We have to find what healthy movement we love, what healthy movement we can sustain. And for me, pounding the weights and hitting the aerobics hard was not it. I did water aerobics 3 days a week for a year. And I've committed to that. And I've been able to maintain that. And I'm able to do it no matter how I'm feeling. Now it's been a year and I'm ready to do something more. So just like Dr. Anderson says, I want to move to Ultrahealth. I want to get just 1% better every day. And so right now I'm adding in running on the treadmill and doing some of the machines at the gym. Definitely 1 extra day a week, sometimes 2. Okay, so we're all at a different place. I don't want you guys to feel like you have to be a bodybuilder to get to Ultrahealth. I am never going to be a bodybuilder. All right. But studies show that you can add 7 years to your life by maintaining a healthy weight, not smoking, and just drinking alcohol at a moderate level. This Ultrahealth that we're talking about helps us focus on our emotional management, stress reduction, and getting that healthy sleep. Those are going to help us live longer. So what we want to do is we want to increase our resilience to aging and disease. And that's what we want for you too. If we can just push ourselves to be the very best version of whoever God created us to be, then we are on the road to Ultrahealth, okay? It's made up of 3 components, this Ultrahealth. And I'm going to turn it over to the amazing example, I'd say, of Ultrahealth, Mr. Fred Andalora, who has an amazing transformation story. And he's going to teach us those 3 components. And Lorraine is also going to share a little bit with us as well. And that's just what we want to share with you guys today. So Fred, I'm going to turn it over to you. Would you share a little bit of where you're at and just a little more about Ultrahealth?
Thanks so much, Joy. It's interesting when you talk a little bit about it. And I know a lot of you, as Joy mentioned, are just on your journey now. So, don't let that get in the way of what to expect in the future here, because, Joy and I were talking about it before we get on this call. And when I think about where I was when I started, I never in a million years thought that I would have an opportunity to be where I'm at now. So, Lorraine and I are excited to be back on Coffee with Clients. This is, I think, our 3rd or 4th time sharing on Coffee with Clients, and we absolutely love doing it. And as Joy mentioned, this is probably one of my favorite topics. And I wanted you to take just a quick look at my journey, and hopefully maybe give you a little bit of inspiration here. I started program almost 5 years ago. I was in my late 50s. I was working 60 plus hours a week in a very stressful automotive industry environment. I was traveling internationally. And when I was not traveling, I was in these marathon meetings. And I'm sure, if any of you have been in those, you can appreciate that. But in general, it was a sedentary life, and I had developed very poor eating habits over that period of time. And I could literally feel the weight coming on and my health slipping away. But I lacked the energy and the motivation to do something about it. I can't tell you why, but it just was such a struggle. I just figured out it was part of getting old, and I know a lot of us struggle with that. Well, fortunately, a very close friend of mine he's on this call today, posted on Facebook. And in just 30 days, he had lost 32 pounds. And I was just like, okay. I figured, if he could do it, so could I. So I reached out to him and he shared this incredible program with us. And I lost 40 pounds in 10 weeks on program. But the best part was I got my mojo back. Okay. My energy and my desire to be to kind of become the best version of myself again. And since then, I've basically maintained my weight. But as Joy mentioned, maintaining it can be a dangerous place. So at the end of last year, I committed to go for Ultrahealth. So I am thrilled to talk with you about it today. As Joy mentioned, many of you are still on your health journey. So, depending on where you're, depending on your situation and the plan that you're on, your coach may have recommended no exercise for the first few weeks on program, which is absolutely correct. However, after that, Dr. Anderson encourages some level of light exercise, even on the 501 program. And then for those of you that may have been more focused on a balanced diet and exercise regime, your coach may have you doing the 4-2-1 program. However, no matter what program you're doing, once you reach your healthy weight goals, some of you may be thinking, what's next? Because it can be I have so many clients of mine that said, I'm a little bit afraid of once I reach my goal, what's next? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad you asked because that's where the Ultrahealth plan can give you what you're looking for. And there's, as Joy maybe touched on earlier, there's 3 main areas of focus. The dietary optimization, because that's kind of the long-term, how do you maintain this healthy nutrition? Movement enhancement, so basically, exercise, and brain health optimization. And I'm going to cover the first 2, and I'm going to let my lovely wife, Lorraine, cover the last part, because you'll be amazed at how important your brain is, okay? But your dietary intake plays a major role, obviously. It got you to your goals, right? Your health goals and everything. But, Dr. Anderson explains this in detail in section 4 of his Habit to Health handbook. And I know Joy mentioned it earlier, and I can't overemphasize about getting both that book and the life book. Yeah, thanks, Lorraine. But I won't go into great detail about it today. But some of the items that are included in your, in the dietary part of this would be obtaining and developing your optimum, what's called TEE, or total energy expenditure, because that's what your body needs on a daily basis to maintain. But once you're going for Ultrahealth, you're actually going to take it and you're really going to become lean. So they're going to take that formula and they're going to actually multiply it by 0.85. So you're going to take 15% of that away, but you're going to focus on eating foods that are not processed. Okay, this is all about, really becoming the best version of yourself. The lowest glycemic carbs, increasing your soy intake. Those are all healthy things for nutrition. Continuing to eat healthy fats, eating every 3 hours. I mean, that's one of the things that I have been religious about doing since I started this program almost 5 years ago. My body is, I'll be honest with you, it's hard for me not to do it anymore because I'm programmed that way. And then drinking at least 64 ounces of water. And you can see I've always got a water bottle with me here. The second part of the plan is the movement enhancement or exercise. And obviously that plays a huge role too. And, it's not about the weight loss part of it anymore. It's more about activating your metabolism and providing cardiovascular fitness, and that's one thing that I talk a lot about. It's been just a life changer for me because I've become very, very active as a 62-year-old. And it's just amazing how I feel because I've kept my metabolism and my, and I focused on my cardiovascular health. And once you have your daily nutritional intake dialed in, you can start increasing what they call NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or just another way of burning calories, but it's non-exercise related. And you can also add in what they call EAT, which is exercise activity thermogenesis. So again, exercise to burn calories. And NEAT activities would include things like gardening or yard work or walking to work, non-sports related items. So, you don't have to be this crazy exercise person. I think Joy mentioned it earlier. That can actually, for some people, it's not part of who they are. And it could actually be detrimental to their health. So, and then, the EAT activities would include, your walking, running, jogging. For me, pickleball, there's, everybody's got some sports activities that they like to do. But the object is to push your cardiovascular and your strength training with just the right amount of intensity to improve your overall fitness. So you're going above and beyond what would be considered normal, and you're taking it to the next level, basically. And it's going to differ for one guy to the next, for a woman to the next. It's going to differ based on age and just where you are in your overall fitness. But incorporating that 1% better every day mentality is going to be a major thing that really help push you along. And you can find out more details about some of these things in Dr. A's Habits of Health Handbook, and I would highly encourage you to check those out. It would be in chapters 3.4 and I believe a little bit in 3.5. So I'm going to turn over the last section over, as I mentioned, to my lovely wife, Lorraine, to share a little bit about brain health.
Well, thank you, Fred. I wanted to reiterate that Ultrahealth is what we all are striving for through nutrition and exercise. Many of the people on this Zoom today are on their journey and are working towards their health goals, and we applaud you because we were there and we are still on I'm still on my journey. Fred's on Ultrahealth and I'm striving for Ultrahealth. But today I wanted to share about brain health, and it's something we don't normally talk about, or a lot of us know about it, but it's not on the forefront. So here we go. Brain health is so vital. I found this interesting in the Life book on page 520. There are 3 strategies to maintain brain health and longevity. There's brain exercise, which includes physical exercise. There's stress reduction, and then there's brain food. So I'm going to cover those 3 things. Did you know there's something called brain exercise? Doing things like reading, crossword puzzles, playing a new instrument, learning a new language, these types of things are all great for your brain. But here's a challenge I want you to try, and I'm going to try this myself. Try using your opposite dominant hand to do daily tasks. It might be difficult, but you are creating new neural pathways in your brain. So I'm going to try that today. I'm going to try doing everything with my left hand. I don't know how I'm going to do, but hey, it's worth a shot. Okay. Also, like Fred mentioned, physical exercise, and it goes hand in hand with the brain. So it's so important for brain health because statistics shows that adults who exercise at least 3 times per week have a 30 to 40% lower risk of developing dementia. That blows me away. Make sure you're moving daily. A walk every day can be beneficial to your brain. We can maintain optimal health of cognition in our brains if we use it, keep enough blood flowing to provide oxygen that it needs, and feed it the right nutrients. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about reducing stress. learning how to lead a stress-free life may seem impossible. But little
Sorry,
steps
babe.
towards reducing stress daily is very important for your health and your brain, such as meditation, deep breathing, stretching, yoga, even prayer, and talking to your mentors are all vital. And I'm going to start working towards doing at least 2 or 3 of these. Prayer is top of my list for sure, but I'm gonna incorporate these other things. All right. Next, brain food. Your brain is a fatty organ. I did not know this. I learned so much just reading this chapter in the Life book and the Habits of Health book. But your brain is a fatty organ. So when you eat saturated fat, you're actually feeding your brain and your body unhealthy radicals. Excess dietary fat can impair your cerebral circulation and clog your arteries. This is why you need to eat healthy. We've been saying that for months. Adding healthy oils, herbs and spices, low glycemic carbs, and antioxidant supplements, including dark chocolate, which I love, and vitamin supplements. All these additional items to your daily diet will contribute to a healthy brain. So we encourage you to pick up the Habits of Health Handbook and the Life book by Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. And we certainly hope we have inspired you to continue your health journey and even beyond to reach your healthy, ultra health life and longevity. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Lorraine. That is so good. I love that too, because I think that's one of our greatest fears as we age is dementia. We want to not only have good physical health and to be able to physically engage with our kids and future grandkids, but we want to be present and realizing that what you feed your body matters. How you strengthen your body matters. I mean, that cheers me up. I am not a fish eater, but I take fish oil. We have to be feeding ourselves for brain health because I want to be present and active in the future. So thank you, Lorraine. And thank you, Fred, so much for sharing that. The other thing that we have coming up that I just want to give a little plug in, I don't know, Fred, you're going to mention some of this too, but feeding our muscles is huge as well. And we can say that Optavia is about to launch an incredible Ultra Health product. I believe that comes out in August. Am I right? In August. So guys, be continually working towards that optimal weight because our next step is we need to feed our muscles those amino acids so that we can have the strength, that we're not exhausted, that it's going to help us with that muscle fatigue. So I am super, super excited. Just a little teaser, stay connected with your coach because we've got great things coming moving towards Ultra Health. So we want to hear some wins today. We want to open it up for some questions. I know there was a couple in the chat. Maybe we can cover as well. But one of the best things about my job is celebrating people. I love what I get to do because I'm constantly getting text messages and calls of how this program has changed people's lives. So we just want to encourage one another today. We want to hear some testimonies. And we're going to start out. Fred has one of his clients who has an incredible testimony. And we're going to kick off this share time with that. And then after that, we're going to open it up for just like a 30-second testimony to kind of finish off our coffee with clients today. So Fred, do you want to go ahead and introduce your client for us? I can't wait to hear his story.
Yeah, I sure do. So, it's pretty interesting that, when you become a coach, you have no idea how it's going to change your life. And Lorraine and I have been blessed to partner with some incredible people. And most people know I'm a Corvette guy, I'm a car guy, and I've met a lot of people that way. And Rodney, I'm sure he'll tell a little bit about this story, but Rodney watched us for quite a while. And it took him a little while to make a decision that he needed to do something in his health. And he watched a good friend of ours lose over, I think it was, 130 pounds or so. And then he finally decided to step forward himself too. And he's got just an incredible story that every time I listen, we talk about it, it kind of gets me a little bit teared up here. So I can't wait to let him share a little bit about his story. So Rodney, come on in and share a little bit with us, brother.
All right. Thank you, Fred and Lorraine, for giving me an opportunity to speak. Joy, thank you as well. Yeah, I'm going to try to hold it together, Fred. I really am, because it's just overwhelmed with what this program has done for me. Just to get started off, I did watch Fred and Lorraine for about 3.5 years, a little over 3.5 years, before I even made a comment or even asked for information. So I had been friends with him on Facebook through the Corvette forum and stuff like that, and different groups on Facebook. But we had a mutual friend that was on the program that, like he said, had lost over 130 pounds. And I had been watching him as well. But I see him a lot because we're pretty close towns together. So I got to see him at some car shows and stuff. But April of 2022, I was told by my doctor, and I don't know if anybody on here has ever been told by their doctor, that they're not going to see retirement. My doctor was a friend of mine that knew I was going to retire this year. I'm happy to say now I retired June 2nd, 70 pounds down. I'm telling you, I've took my health back. The reason for that, for him saying that, I was one of those that I'm a type 2 diabetic. I was on medications thinking, well, I take medications, I can eat whatever I wanted. You know, I'm taking medication for it. I'll just take a little bit more insulin and take care of it. Well, with that, 180 units of insulin a day and 2 pills for diabetes to help control it. And it still wasn't controlled because I found days that I'd wake up in the morning and have fastings of somewhere around 300, 250 to 300 every day. But by doing this program and reaching out to my friend that got me in touch with Fred and Lorraine, who have been awesome, I've took my health back. I'm no longer on any insulin. I'm not taking any pills. Two high blood pressure pills. One now that's only 5 milligram, and I'm hoping next month when I have my doctor's appointment, that one's gone. This program has saved my life. So, you know, having a good support group, having that mentor, I can't thank Fred and Lorraine enough. And the people on this program, Coffee with Clients, and implementing what we've learned through the Habits of Health book, the Life book, and all like that. It's just been beyond amazing. I love sharing my story. I do get choked up because I'm not promised tomorrow, but tomorrow's coming. I will be there. I'm going to take it back. I've took it back. So I'm just glad and happy to share. Thanks again for letting me share. I appreciate y'all, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Rodney. Amazing, you know, just testimony to what's possible, that it's never too late to take your health back. And dude, you know how much we care about you, and we just love doing life with you. So thank you so much for putting yourself out there and sharing it with the rest of the people on Coffee with Clients today.
Great.
Yeah, we do want to just say too, we can never say that, you know, you're going to be able to get off your meds, but we have seen time and time again, due to significant weight loss, the improvement in your health is just overwhelming. So Rodney, I'm so proud of you. I'm just so excited to hear your story, and we are just excited to see what the next steps are for you as well. And if we have a bad day, we pick right back up that next day. Optavia is just like the Lord. His mercies are new every morning, right? You just jump right back on. We don't spend the time beating ourselves up. We just jump right back in because we have the vehicle to get us to that ultra health. Push yourself to be the very best version of you that you can be. We want to eat the freshest, nutrient-rich foods because we want to be lean and we want to be strong and we want to live this beautiful life that we've been given with terrific stamina, good body strength, and having our minds intact. So have a blessed day, and thank you so much for joining us for Coffee with Clients today. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Lorraine, and all who shared today. God bless you.